Things that's really important is how we hold the golf club. And one of the reasons why is a movement that needs to happen in the downswing is a straightening of your trail arm. And the idea is when you hold the golf club, you'll put your lead hand on first and you'll sort of rotate it clockwise like so. And then the idea is that your palm, so my right palm sits on top of my left thumb. And then as you can see, I position my fingers around the club like so. And this is key because what I've got to do, as I've just said, is I've got to straighten my arm. And straightening your trail arm in the downswing is what allows the club to dig. Can you hear that? So if I sort of bend my arms, you can hear the way that the contact is always going to sound really clean. Whilst if I allow my arm to straighten, you can hear that sort of digging motion. It's critical because not only does it allow the club to dig, the surprising thing about allowing your arm to straighten is it helps you swing the golf club on plane. So if we take an example here of a couple of lessons that I gave during the week, the big thing that I was working on with these students was making sure two things. One, the right arm was much straighter in the backswing position, and two, as they come into the downswing position, getting this feeling of straightening the arm, particularly coming in towards this impact area. And that's why I want to use the Swing Buddy plane tool here, because I think a lot of students ask me about the downswing movement and how to square the club face, and I genuinely think a plane tool is a fantastic place to do this, right? So if I was to take my backswing position and I get my right arm in a really good location, as I start the downswing, if my arms are well positioned, I can sort of focus on, whatever, a bit of rotational movement, but as you can see, my arms come down very naturally. It's not until now where I need to really straighten the arm to allow it to come down the plane in towards this impact area as I'm demonstrating like so. And what you can see is that's what allows the club to come down through the plane line. Okay, if I get my arms stuck, I'm going to swing above plane. If my arms get too bent, then it's equally possible that I'm going to get stuck under plane. So you can do a few things, obviously, to rectify this problem. One is use a plane tool. Okay, so if you're going to use a plane tool, position it just slightly back by about a club head's distance, okay, from the target line as I'm demonstrating here, and that will just encourage you to understand how to swing that club up and down that plane as you allow the arm to straighten as I'm demonstrating like so. But the other one that I like a lot is to do a hand separation drill. So take the hold of the club like you normally do, separate your right hand out as I'm demonstrating like this, and then from there you can just hit some shots, okay? And that basically means if I do a practice swing from face on, see my right hand, I take it back, and then as I allow my arm to straighten, my palm stays in contact with my thumb as I swing through. If I keep my arms bent, you'll notice the way it will come away. If I allow my arm to straighten, you can see the way it stays in contact. You can still get some great results. It's a really, really good, important movement that you understand, and a lot of it starts with the grip. I'll see you soon.